We are here with Niels Kristensen, the breeder of the Osteospermum from Sakata of Japan, and really glad to have you with us here at the trial to take a look at the genetics, talk about what's happening in the breeding, where the future is going. Breeders are a crazy group of people with all these visions in their head, and we want to get into your head, Niels, for just a moment, and tell us about where do you see the future of this crop? You know, in the last 10 years it has exploded in popularity. Everything is happening, so tell us, where do you take it next?
Well, as you just said, Jack, for those of you that have been with us the last 10 or 15 years, you've already seen that we take gigantic leaps in the direction of improving this crop, where we went out with just a few solid colors. We have a huge range right now, and we improved on the plant habit, we improved on heat tolerance, the flower count. But we're not there yet. There's still a lot to come for. There's more colors too, and there's still flower shapes that we could take that we don't have. There's plant habit. There's still a lot to come for. And yes, I would like to share a little about that.
Okay, great. So let's start with colors. Talk to us about where do you see, as you said, it used to be white and purple. And white and more purple.
Basically then, and then some pink shades.
Yeah.
One of the things that our breeding and the Cretaceous breeding has always been known for is to be first with new and unique colors, and I think that's still very much true. We'll a little bit later look closer on the side shows where we're very strong on some good cover and yellow colors. But we also brought a plant here, a very nice cover color, and ain't that a real nice color? It's very solid, it's a deep cover color, it's very nice. But what's really unique here is not just the color, it's the plant habit. It's really the plant, it's a solid plant, it's a full plant, there's a lot of branches, and there's a lot of flower buds, and you don't see that every day in this color plant.
No, and we remember the old varieties that were always very thin, very tall, and very late. So that offers an incredible change and difference, more like what we're looking at in everything else.
Yeah, and you this year laid out a very, very nice comparative trial of the osteos, which of course allow us to see that these genetics are really on the same timing as the other varieties, and that's just real great to see.
Yeah, and again, timing critical, because we want them earlier, faster, you know, get them to market quicker so that the grower turns more.
Back in the old days, osteos was still a new thing, it was a niche thing. It does allow for a little difference, but now it's a big thing, the osteos. So it needs to be on schedule, it needs to be uniform, that's really needed. That's one of the, we just talked about new colors as a breeding focus, but uniformity, timing, to make it easy to produce, that's another very critical thing to breed for and select for.
Yeah. Okay, and of course with the genetics we're working with, we have the Ultra program, which allows a grower to very precisely time and take that predictability to the best degree for the crop, allowing them to really control how quickly they get ready to go to market, make the efficiency better.
I like that program a lot because it makes very clear to you what will work and what is easy. And you also know if I go up, aside from this program, I can pick something up, but it will not be as uniform, so I need to pay some attention. That's why that program is so good.
Yeah. Now we talked about colors, the range of colors you're coming with. You've talked about plant habit and uniformity, all those things. So let's talk about heat.
Heat tolerance, of course, is a big thing when we go a little bit soft and it's not close to the Canadian borders. Then heat tolerance gets very interesting. For sure it does. That's improved a lot, and one of the things that really helped us a lot there is the trials down in Georgia, and there for sure we do have the heat and have been able to select for the heat tolerance. As most of you will know is that the Sideshow series which we have is a blend of some unique features like the heat tolerance, compactness, and fast production time. And the Sideshow series is really a great series. You have the solid, the base colors, but you also have something that's a little unique with the new yellow cover things. That's a uniform series. I mean, it's really a uniform series, and it has the heat tolerance.
It is the perfect grower series for all of those reasons. I think now, opposed to 10 years ago, people look at Osteospermum and say, wow, that's a plant that goes from spring to summer, and in some cases, even all the way into the fall, which before it was spring and gone. Spring and green, as we used to say. So, great. Well, thank you, Niels, for sharing your thoughts of where we're going with the breeding. Okay?
Action and recording.
Okay, here at the PAC trials, we have a comparative trial with the Osteospermum, looking at all of the series, that we represent from the cicada line, and against the key competitors that exist in the marketplace. But we want to talk today, right now, about the sideshows, because again, this is the ultimate grower series. It has the range of colors, it has the programmability of the Ultra program. It really kind of fits every need, and as we've talked earlier about heat tolerance, so it's going to be that garden star.
Oh yeah, it has the things that the consumer wants. It has, as we can see here, it has the flower count. It has a very nice mounted plant. This will look great out in garden center. This is something the consumers really will take off the benches and buy. That's a good thing. The other thing is that it's good for growers because it's compact, so it will not need growth regulator or only very little growth regulator. And it's very uniform within the series. And we have I would say, a good range of color within this series. We have the white here, we have pink bicolor, we have a deeper pink purple bicolor here, and we have the really true deep purple. So that's all the solid colors.
Those are the solid colors, but now let's add a little pizzazz to it all.
Then we have some of the fun things, you could say, the unique things, the new variety this season, the copper apricot, which is very interesting, and this one is a little copper yellow, interesting as well. And then we have something that's really a golden yellow. That's, the good news here is they're still compact, as you can see. That fits within the series, and as you can also see, it has the timing with the other ones, and that's what's really the great news. And what you can't see from this trial, but believe my word, we tried them in Japan, in our research station over there, and it don't get very much hot. More warm than it is over there.
Yeah, Japan's a little warm and sticky all through the summer, there's no doubt about it. But again, we talked earlier about where the genetics had come from. Look how compact and full that plant is. And so this is, again, just revolutionary. The grower can grow this in a small pot. They can grow it into big pot baskets. It just really broadens the adaptability of this crop for any application.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And with the colors, fantastic. Okay, great. Okay, well, Niel, we have talked about the breeding. Where is it going? What's happening with the breeding? We've talked about our star series, the sideshow. But we can't talk about Osteospermum without talking about crescendo.
No, that's true. We just talked about the heat tolerance over there on the sideshow, and for sure the heat tolerance on the sideshow is very good for a traditional Osteospermum. But we do need to talk about the crescendos.
Yeah, very exciting. It's used by so many growers. So
crescendos are, more than anything, it's about heat tolerance.
Yeah.
It has the heat tolerance that's absolutely outstanding. It will overdo any other Osteos, absolutely. And we have some very nice varieties here to show today.
Yeah, and I think it's really important as we look at this row of the crescendos, and we have some existing cultivars that are on the market, like Primrose, which is phenomenal. But look at the flower size. It is the flower size that is differentiated crescendo from every other similar type of heat performance Osteospermum. No one else has that kind of flower size, flower power, and again, just all summer performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that's also very important to say about the heat tolerance when we touch the subject of other similar varieties are the resistant against diseases, which is by far a lot better than any other of those varieties out there.
Yeah, again, this is the one that goes in the garden. It's there the whole time. Now, we love Primrose, but I see right next to it that you have something come along that looks really pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, since you took up the Primrose and like that so much, we thought, okay, hey, shouldn't we try to put some more colors into that series? So we have here the one that was new last year, the Dawn Blush. Very nice ivory with some of these pink shades and very interesting color.
Well, it's fantastic because as those young blooms come out, you have that ivory color, and then the pink blush comes into the petals. So it's like its own little mixed container. So
well, it's a mixed container, but I also think it has a thing that many consumers like. They can see it's alive. It's a living thing. It changes. They can see it's happening something.
Yeah, and so many times our flowers fade as they age. These actually are getting darker, and so that intensity of color coming into them is really fantastic. But what about these other ones next to it?
Oh yeah, what we really like, of course, is Primrose is nice.
Primrose
but
is
a solid yellow.
Oh, we need yellow.
We have a solid yellow here, and we're very impressed contrast to that, it's a really nice one. Still large flowers, but it's a deep yellow.
Which would be a great complement to the existing lines already.
Yes.
Okay, what else have you got over there?
We have something here we could call a kind of purple shade. For sure it's interesting, and it's the first time that any breeder or any company has brought to the market in this class of the crescendo types any other kind of flower. First time we have something that's purple.
Exactly, because we're always seeing, again, whites and yellows and oranges. I mean, this class of Osteos has been fantastic for those bright colors.
Oh, yeah.
But we've been missing the purples, and we've been missing those really important standard colors that we see in all the other series. So you brought that, and we're looking at that now.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I imagine, in your mind, you see the apricot colors and all the other wild bicolors coming forward as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we can make it purple, and we have some yellow, and we do have orange also in this. Go.
Okay, specialty colors in Osteospermum. We are, again, this is what has been the hallmark of Cape Daisy all along. We're holding Mara. This is absolutely one of the favorites, consumer favorite. Every woman that sees this plant loves it. Tell us more.
Well, as you said earlier, it is really the trademark of Cape Daisy. That's the specialty color.
Stop.
Go.
Okay, so when we talk about Cape Daisy, the thing that comes to mind for everyone is color. This is the line that has always, always given us colors like no other, like this one, Mara.
Oh yeah, we are very happy to take pride of that we are often the first ones with the new colors, and that's very, very nice. And we see some very good options there with unique colors like Mara, which you've taken up over here very nicely. It's a color that many consumers will pick up because it's unique, it's standing apart, and it's excellent for specialty programs where you add this color, which is so special and you can't pick it up anywhere else. So that's really, really nice. And we're going in that direction still with, as we talked about earlier, there's a lot about uniformity, about serious standard colors, but there's still in Osteos a lot about special colors. And as we touched a little earlier, there's still a lot of colors that you've not seen in Osteos yet that we can bring, even colors you don't imagine about. Mara is one of them. Another color is what we have down here. This one. It's still within the class we know. This is in the purple class, of course, but this is the blues.
It's very blues, yeah.
I'm calling it an antique. It's a little dusty. It's very nice. Maybe a little grandma or your mother-in-law. But I think that's nice as well.
Yeah, well again, it's really quite a departure from the stronger purples. This is a light, more pastel-y in that, and especially as we talk about specialty colors, the opportunity to include it, whether it's in mixed containers, on its own, really fantastic. That's fantastic.
It really allows you to stand apart, even in a known class of color. Yeah, and you see here, there's still a very nice plant habit. It's compact, there's a lot of flowers on it. So it's a special color, but it's on a perfect plant habit. And we try to do that as much as we can to have a good plant so that all you growers out there will have easy with growing this and still have something that has a good appeal out in the garden centers.
Yeah, and I can see from these plants that we're looking at, they are bigger and a little bulkier than the side show type. So they are one, if you're going to do the special colors, you might have to program them a little different to try to have them in the same pot sizes. Or hey, when you have something this special, why not make it bigger, better, get more for it?
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Indeed.
Thank you.